Breaking news: the Supreme Court fixed date for Atiku Obi's appeal challenging Tinubu's election. Hi guys, welcome back to the news. If you're joining us for the first time, you're very much welcome. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has fixed October 23rd as the hearing date for the application filed by the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Atiku Abubakar against the election of President Bola Tinubu. This was disclosed in a hearing notice dated October 19th and signed by Zainab M. Bara, a Supreme Court registrar, Gaba, a Supreme Court registrar. Atiku is challenging the judgment of the Presidential Election Petition Court sitting in Abuja, which had dismissed his petition and affirmed Tinubu president. Atiku had alleged non-compliance with the Electoral Act and corrupt practices as part of the reasons Tinubu's election victory should be nullified. And among his grounds of argument are Tinubu's alleged forged certificate from the United States Chicago State University. Tinubu's legal team had also urged the Supreme Court to uphold the judgment of the lower court. But at this point, the Supreme Court has scheduled next Monday, 23rd October, to hear 3 appeals challenging the judgment of the Presidential Election Petition Court affirming President Bola Tinubu's election. And I can tell you that the court's registrar Zainab Garba on Thursday issued the hearing notice. But then, my country people, Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, Peter Obi of the Labour Party, and the Aligned People's Movement had filed their petitions urging the Supreme Court to nullify the Presidential Election Court's decision, which upheld Mr. Tinubu's victory on the 6th of September. Now, a 5-member panel of the Presidential Election Court held by Haruna Tassimini had dismissed the petitioner's suits on the basis that they failed to substantiate the allegations of electoral fraud against the Nigeria's Electoral Commission (INEC) and Mr. Tinubu, among other claims. And after weeks of filing and exchanging court papers between Atiku and Mr. Tinubu, the Apex Court has fixed and set down the suit for hearing, and at the hearing next week, the Supreme Court will unveil a 7-member team that will adjudicate and determine the case. So, my country people, we've seen that recently, I think they have unveiled those that would hear, the cases of Tinubu, of Atiku, of Obi, and also of the APM. Yes, my country people, their names have been unveiled to Nigerians, those that will hear the cases of Obi and Atiku's petition. Now, the Supreme Court recently constituted a 7-member panel of judges that will hear these appeals that are going to be filed by the 3 presidential candidates, those that are challenging the outcome of the February 25th election. So, at this point, we have Chichi Orji of the Aligned People's Movement, Peter Obi of the Labour Party, Atiku of the PDP, and we've known that the notice of their hearings have been served, and the list of the members of the panels to sit on this appeal include Justice Musa Datijo Mohammed. We have Uwani Musa Abba Aji, Lawan Gaba, Helen M. Ogunwamiju. We also have I.N. Selawa, and also Chaduni Abubakar and Emmanuel Ajim. In his appeal, Atiku maintains that the Presidential Election Petition Court, which they dismissed on his petitions, that on the grounds that the petitioners failed to prove allegations of irregularities in the presidential election, and also the 25% requirement in the FCT, and the forfeiture that Tinubu made, and also the failure of INEC to transmit the results from the polling unit to the IV using the beavers as provided in its laws and guidelines. And Atiku Abubakar's council has requested, the records of Tinubu that were alleged to have been forged. And recently, Atiku had prayed to the courts to admit fresh evidence. Because all this while Atiku has been running to the Chicago State University to get his hands on Tinubu's records, the APC, they've been making their grounds that the court would never admit a fresh evidence, that they would never admit a fresh evidence. So it doesn't matter what Atiku does. If he likes, let him go and get all Tinubu's credentials. But they won't in any way admit fresh evidence. They are just going to review the judgment of the Supreme Court. And is the evidence that have been presented to them, that is what they will use. But for admitting of fresh evidence, it's a no for the Supreme Court on Atiku's case, against the president. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? However, Nigerians have reacted. Well, we've seen that this case will be a long case, but then let us watch out. Dictatorship is a stupid government, but some Africans are hoping to get ruled by dictators, and they will soon get what they want. The judgment is already served. Tinubu's Jagaban's academic record is cleaned as known. The Chicago State University can attest to this. These judges are already gathering money for Christmas. Wonderful. Well, it seems that they will surely. Peter Obi also has a case to answer. Okay, guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.